Hey, what's going on? If you want to get a complete system that makes melting fat easy and is 100% automated, then I want you to go to the link that's on the bottom of your page right now. YouTube doesn't let me make that link clickable, so you're gonna actually have to type it into your browser, or I also put the copy of the link in the description so you can click on that or type it into your browser. Alright, for now, enjoy the video, and after you're done with this video, make sure to go to that link to get a complete fat melting system.
So today I got a really cool concept for you, and it's really going to be able to help you stick to whatever goal that you set for yourself, right? So if you're following the system, you should have a very specific concrete goal. If not, we'll help you specify it and make it even more concrete on the section. But the concept we want to share with you today is something I call sticky thinking. And what sticky thinking is, it's going to allow you to make whatever goal you decided on, whatever specific outcome you decided on, to actually stick to it. And as you see over here in the monitor, I have a weird, line looking thing. And what this represents is the stages of when you're implementing and when you're actually following through on a new habit, right? So the little, loop right here in the beginning is when you first set the goal. It's really easy. It's kind of like a downward slide type of thing where it's really easy to follow through on it. Like, you're really excited, you're really pumped up about it. You go to the gym, maybe you got new gear for the gym, whatever it is. This happens to everybody. The first couple of days are really fun and really easy, right? And then around here, which is this around day 3 to day 5, you start hitting that resistance, right? Maybe your muscles are sore, maybe it's not fun anymore, maybe it's, you start hitting that first side of resistance that's really gonna make it so it's not as much fun as it was in the beginning. You kind of maybe stop focusing on why you're doing it all for, and you start focusing on all the problems or how challenging it is. And as you go up and up, the resistance gets heavier and heavier, and the resistance to go back to your old habits gets stronger and stronger the more you climb this ladder. So maybe this is something like day 18 here, day 20, and then you'll hit a tipping point that we talked about in other videos, where you hit that tipping point where things start to become automatic, and then it stops. You literally go downhill, and it becomes ingrained in you. You become conditioned, and it just becomes who you are. And now it starts requiring less and less willpower to take that same action, whether it's do the 12-hour rule, do your morning walk on an empty stomach, whatever specific action step you want to condition and make automatic. This is the steps that you're going to go through. And having this graph and just knowing that, okay, around day 3 I'm going to hit some resistance, and expecting it, really helps you to objectify the problem and be able to overcome it. So the concept of today as sticky thinking is really going to use external motivation to overcome this area right here. When you start having that super resistance, you're climbing more and more and you're doing the same action steps, this concept is really going to help you to shatter that and follow through and push through that, so you can get all the benefits, which are right here. Most people, they quit somewhere along here, and then they have to start over. You continually have to start over. So it's better to just get it over with, do it once, and get that habit ingrained in you, so you don't have to keep going through the hardest part over and over. So the first step at sticky thinking is getting a very specific and concrete goal. So Jason, why don't you tell me a common goal that you hear someone that you're coaching tell you?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem, like Alex said, is that you have to be goal oriented. So most of the time, you'll hear people that come in, or they'll say, "I want to get in shape," or "I want to get fit," or "I want to be healthy."
So let's take that one. They get in shape, right? So let's say I go to you and I say, "Okay, I want to get in shape." What would you tell me? How would you make that more specific and more concrete?
I mean, the first thing I'm asking is, what is get in shape? I mean, get in shape, there's a million different definitions for it. Yeah. So I asked them, I'm like, what is get in shape? And for you, is you have to ask yourself, what does get in shape mean? What does it mean you can do? What does it mean you are? What does it mean everything for you?
How do you know when you're in shape? It's a great question to ask.
It's a really good question. And getting in shape can mean it's relative to the person. So for you have to decide, what does get in shape mean. So if going from a size 38 to a size 32 waist is getting in shape, that's getting in shape for you. Or is it being able to run a mile in under 8 minutes? Or is it being able to do this activity quickly? Or is it a combination of all those? So you have to put in you have to write down or know the definition to what is getting in shape, or what does it mean for you to be in shape.
Yeah. So if we want to be in shape, one of the best things to do is to set a very concrete number for that. So by concrete, I mean something that's abstract is not verifiable. Something that's concrete is either going to be a number or an event, right?
Exactly.
So maybe an event is, you want to go to the beach and take your shirt off and feel good, and it's an event. It's something that you can verify. It's like, okay, on July 1st, I'm going to take my shirt off, go to the beach, and I'm going to have a six-pack. Or on this day, on July 1st, I'm going to step on the scale and it's going to say 190 pounds. Or on July 1st, I'm going to run a mile under 7 minutes, or whatever your specific concrete goal that you're going to set is, right?
And you want to detail it as much as possible. I mean, you want this to be detailed like crazy. The more detailed, the better. Just like I was just saying, the more numbers and everything. That means you know exactly what you want, and that's what we want for you to have it in your head and be goal oriented. Know exactly what you want, what it means for you to be in shape.
Yeah, because once you're very specific, I don't know if you've ever had the experience of when you get a new car, or you buy anything new, you start seeing it everywhere around you, right? So maybe let's say you get like a new BMW, you start seeing that BMW everywhere, and what that is a part of your brain called the reticular activation system that gets triggered, and it starts seeing all the BMWs. So the same thing's gonna happen when you're very specific and you're very clear on your vision, what you want, you're very concrete on your goal. You start seeing and spotting all these opportunities everywhere to get you significantly closer to that goal. So that's why it's so important to be crystal clear, because your brain unconsciously starts spotting all these ways to get closer. So if your goal is to weigh 190 pounds, then you'll start seeing all these new opportunities that maybe we can't even spot because it's specifically for you. Maybe you start seeing, okay, something that's going to get me closer there is on my way to work. There's this great place. I'm gonna stop there and create a new ritual for myself to work out or to eat, or you change the locations to where you eat lunch. So you start spotting all these opportunities to get you closer to your goal based on all these principles that you're learning inside of the program. So the first thing is that get crystal clear on your vision, make a very specific concrete goal, put a date on it, and that's what you would actually put on your six-pack piece of paper.
And this is another thing we're adding to our six-pack paper. On top of just having that paper, now we're going into more detail.
Hey, what's going on? If you're enjoying the video so far, do me a huge favor and click on the like button below. You'll get your good deed for the day out of the way. It helps me out a lot. Also, go ahead and subscribe and leave a comment. Something as simple as good video or I enjoyed the video. It really helps me out with YouTube. Alright, here's the rest of the video.
Exactly how you're going to use it. We have our exact definition of what get in shape is, or whatever your goal is, and now this is another tool, and I believe it's one of the most valuable tools to sticking to it, and that's why we call it sticky thinking. It's going to make you stick to that goal and make it accomplishable.
So let's get to the sticky part. So now you have a very concrete, specific goal, right? So let's say it's weigh 190 pounds by X date. Now what I want you to do is decide what one action is going to get you closer to that goal than everything else. We talked about the 80-20 rule earlier as well, where they're saying that few actions give you the biggest yield. One of the 80-20 principles we gave you is the morning walk. Another one is doing the craving crusher.
12-hour rule.
The 12-hour rule. There's so many of them. Really, all the principles we've given you have been big leverage techniques.
And this is a huge part of the sticky thinking. It's not focusing on the result, but it's focusing on the action steps that are going to get you the result. And we're just focusing on the biggest one, the 80-20 rule, that's going to get you that result. Always focusing on the result and not focusing on the steps. You don't know what to do. So right now you're getting exactly in your head. You know exactly what you have to do, and when you do it, it's just a matter of time until the result comes.
Exactly. So we're going to focus on the highest leverage action step, and we're going to make it sticky, right? So let's say you decide on the action step that you want to make sticky is going on that morning walk every morning, right? So every morning when you wake up, you're going to go on a small walk with an empty stomach. So now how do we make it sticky so we can overcome and really not get caught up in this resistance that's going to come inevitably when you're installing any kind of new routine? So maybe like in the beginning, you're going to go ahead and feel great the first couple of days, but then on day 4, maybe you'll hear your mind saying something like, oh, if I miss one day, it won't matter, or oh, it's not so important to do it. It's not going to make a difference. I'll just start tomorrow again. What we want to do is create it so, it might not be a big deal, but if I don't do it, I'm going to owe my friend $100, right? So that's kind of an example of making it sticky. We're going to use external motivation to make it inevitable for you to make it through this resistance part so you can get to all the benefits of once it actually becomes a habit down here. So my two favorite examples for making something sticky in terms of using external motivation to take that action of taking the walk in the morning. Number one is using money as leverage. So I'll say, Jason, if I don't send you a picture of me in the gym on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm gonna give you $100, right? Or I might say, hey Jason.
And I want you to notice something as well too, that Alex is saying, you know, you want to make it as hard to cheat as possible. Because I know a lot of times, I'm not saying you're a cheater, but sometimes, you know, we get in our habits, we don't want to walk in the morning, so we say, oh, I'm not going to walk, you know, and I'll tell Alex that I walked. So Alex just said, you know, he has to send a picture of him in the gym. And you can get into more depth than that as well. You can say, I'm going to send you a picture of me walking with today's newspaper or something of that nature. So now it's getting harder and harder to cheat. And the more you can do that, the harder it's going to be for you to cheat. It's going to make it impossible for you to cheat. So you're going to have to do it, and it's going to be sticky.
Yeah, so something that's verifiable is very important. Another one that I actually did with Jason for several months is I went on Google Docs, and Google Docs has a shared spreadsheet that you can, you know, he can look at it from anywhere he has an internet connection. So I shared a spreadsheet with him, and I would just write in what I ate and when I ate it every day. And just a simple act of keeping that spreadsheet current. Because before I used sticky thinking, I would literally create the spreadsheet, like, okay, I'm gonna update you every day on what I eat, what time. And on day 4, I'd get caught up or have a really busy day or something would happen. I'd get a flat tire, whatever it might be, whatever, you know, urgent demand came up that day, and I would stop doing it. And then I'd fall off the habit. It was only when I said, Jason, any day that I don't update that spreadsheet, I'm gonna give you $100. Or it could be I'm gonna do 100 push-ups, or it could be anything, or you can post this embarrassing picture of me up on Facebook, you know, and tag all my friends on it. So whatever it's gonna take you, whatever external motivation you need to do that specific action step, that high leverage action step every day, so you can get past this, you know, this resistance phase, is what you must do. So start off with something that you can succeed at, and then you can build from there. Every 30 days, you want to do one new sticky thinking concept. So maybe this first 30 days, you're going to do the morning walk. After that, then maybe you can do specific workouts or specific, maybe the spreadsheet that you're going to do that really makes you conscious of everything you're eating and makes you more aware, so that you know that you're going to have to plug it in that spreadsheet, and you know that your accountability partner is going to look at it. So maybe you won't eat it just because you don't want to put that on the spreadsheet and feel stupid being like, oh, I had all this fast food and I had 8 chocolate bars or whatever.
I highly recommend the spreadsheet. That's just one of the things for the process to get to that goal. And I mean, just like Alex said, it includes so many different things in there. Like, you know, you're not saying that you're not gonna eat, you know, candy, you're not gonna eat this, you're not gonna eat that. All you're doing is making a spreadsheet and docking down the times that you're gonna eat. So you're focusing on, you know, your 3 meals, 3 snacks. And on top of that, just like I said, you're not gonna want to write, I ate this and this and this, like, you know, candy bar and half a piece of cake and stuff like that. When your friend's looking at it, he knows that you're trying to lose this weight and get in shape. You know, he's gonna see you next time. He's gonna make fun of you. That being said, if you don't accomplish your day's task or your week's task, however you have it set up, I prefer it to be daily. The punishment needs to be bad enough that you really don't like it. You know, it can't be like, you know, $5. You know, if $5 is nothing to you, it can't. You know, it has to be something that would really, like, you know, sort of hurt you. So, like, me and Alex, we do $100 and $200 and $3 bets. $300 bets. We don't like. I don't like handing over Alex $300 cash. You know, it sucks. And on top of that, I also like the check thing as well. Check's really good. You write the check out every time before you start. I'm gonna hand the check to Alex, and when I hand the check, now it's written out, it's signed, it's everything, and he knows when the thing's not accomplished, when I didn't accomplish my daily task, he's gonna go to the bank and cash it. So it has no. I have no effect to pay him. I don't have to pay him now. And, you know, sometimes we don't hold up to our bets. And you gotta make sure you hold up to it, because when you know for a fact that, you know, Alex is dying to cash the $300, he needs to go, you know, pay his cell phone bill, and he needs that $300, and he's dying for you to fail. You know damn well that you're not gonna do it, and you're gonna make sure you stick to whatever you have to do that day. You know, your daily walk or your 12-hour rule, and that's how we do it.
And just something that you're aware that you should feel a little bit of anxiety when you write that check. Yeah. Now that you're probably doing something very easy. Every time I do it, I feel a little uncomfortable, you know, like I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone. and I feel a little bit anxious when I'm setting one of these commitments. And I just want you to know if while you're committing to it, you feel a little uncomfortable, that's totally normal, right? You should feel a slight anxiety when you make a certain commitment, whether it's with money or whether it's with a check or whether it's, hey, if I don't do this every single day and verify it like this, you can post this embarrassing picture up on me on Facebook. Whatever it is that you're going to choose to make it sticky, make sure that you understand that you should feel uncomfortable. There's a quote I read that, all progress happens when you step outside of your comfort zone. And I find that to be true, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Hopefully, you can make progress while you're comfortable, but in my life, I've noticed that most of the progress I make happens when I step outside of my comfort zone. So,
and this is something that we do 24/7. We did it for some technique that we were just starting. We changed it up, just like Alex said, we change up every 30 days, the sticky thinking process, because just like a shower, or the metaphors we've used before, that you're once you take a shower, you get dirty a little bit later, and it requires another shower. So it's the same thing with sticky thinking. We go up the slope and we go down, and now it's automatic. But automatic, it can change. You get little bumps in the road. Sometimes a machine breaks down, and we start to get a little less automatic, and we get back on our sticky thinking, and we go right back downhill. And it's a lot easier every time we get back on our sticky thinking, and it holds us accountable. That's the biggest thing, that we're a little uncomfortable, and we have to be accountable. Otherwise, we get punished.
and this external motivation, you're not going to have to use it forever, right? So it's just in the very beginning stages where you're having this resistance. I really recommend external motivation. And to me, I found that there's nothing that'll make you make more progress faster than sticky thinking, because you can you've seen all the fat doctors, all the fat nutritionists, all the fat personal trainers, they all know what to do, but they can't get themselves to do it. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why, because our logical brains or emotional brains are often in conflict. This principle kind of aligns everything together. So yeah, it's going to be super painful if I don't apply what I logically know is going to be best for me in the long term. So it's a simple concept. We're going to have a PDF downloadable worksheet below with the exact steps to do, so you go ahead and implement sticky thinking. There's also a cool resource on there called stick.com, spelled with 2 K's, so stickk.com. We'll link to that in the worksheet as well. If you don't have an accountability partner, you can actually do it online, and it's a pretty cool way to set up a goal, set stakes, and it's all done automatically online. So that's something cool that you can do as well. If you don't have someone that you trust with a check or whatever, there's no excuse for not doing one new sticky thinking for a new habit that you want to integrate, a new behavioral habit, a new high leverage habit every 30 days. So literally, you wake up a year from now and you're gonna have 12 new habits, and your life's gonna be completely different. All the habits are gonna have a compounding exponential effect on each other, and you're just gonna wake up a year from now with a totally different life, and it's gonna be all automatic. You went to the hardest part once, you don't keep going up and down over and over and having to start the hardest part over and over again. You literally do it once, get it over with, get it ingrained in your nervous system, upgrade your self-image and create that lifelong transformation, get that automatic six-pack, and live that way.
Hey, real quick, one more thing before you go. I want to make sure you know that there is no correlation between how hard you work and how much fat you melt or how much muscle you build. All right, there's enough science, enough data out there that there's absolutely no correlation between hard work and results. All right, there's a difference between movement and achievement. All right, if you want to learn my best tips, what I call the 5% hacks that allow you to get maximum results, maximum fat loss, maximum lean muscle gain, I want you to go to the link that's on the bottom of this page, or you can click on the link in the description. All right, you're going to get a complete system for melting fat in an intelligent and streamlined system. I'll see you there.